What is up, Axie fam? Today I have an amazing video for you guys if you're afraid of the new patch, so let's get going. So yeah, maybe you guys remember that a month ago, after the season ended and everyone got their AXS in Season 18, I made this table. So I basically looked at the leaderboards of Axiie World, and I got all of the prices, all of the skills, and I did this thing where you can get an idea of what were the cards that were most used, and you can use that to get an idea of what was going to be nerfed and what was going to, maybe not nerfed or nerfed less. The red cards are the ones that are more used for each class of Axiie. But even though like Grass Snake is in red here, you could see that Cute Bunny was used like 6 times more. So don't think that the red means this card is going to get nerfed, right? This is just selected by class. But you can see that 35 is much higher than every other card on the reptile set. So Cute Bunny, we thought it was gonna get nerfed, and when we get to the new one that I did based on today, October 28th, it's like it actually tripled. All right. It literally tripled. There are a little bit more teams in this table in comparison to this one, but definitely not 3 times more, which is pretty much what is going on right now. So, if you have a Cute Bunny team, guys, I think it's time to dump those guys. Or, if you don't care that it's going to lose money and you feel like it's not going to get nerfed enough to lose the value, obviously you can hold it. But, yeah, like, be wary, all right? Cute Bunny just increased. Whereas, like, with Grass Snakes, everyone was like, I guess Biden's actually counters Grass Snakes pretty well, and maybe Grass Snakes is not that strong. Like, they actually increased Cute Bunny in use, which means that maybe there's no counter to Cute Bunny. All I know is that this card is really strong. The second place and third place are pretty much the same ones that we talked about in the last video. Nemo and Anemone. Not only they are second and third place, they also increased dramatically, which, my advice to anyone that has a farm with the famous, I'm pretty sure I can find this Axiie really quickly here. So yeah, this is the guy I was talking about. This guy's gonna get nerfed, all right? This guy is way too good. It's way too cheap, and it's just way too easy to use. I think another very popular version of this is the one that has Goda. Yeah, there you go. So instead of having Lamb, it actually has Goda. And yeah, in general, I think these cards, they, Anemone and Tails Lab, they're going down. So if you have a farm, consider, either totally stopping or slowing down, not increasing the size of your farm, because I do feel like these cards are going to get hit pretty hard. Obviously, I have no insider information, and maybe they'll just buff every other card that is, not being picked at all. I think they are probably going to make a combination of that, all right? They're going to buff cards that are not really good, but they will definitely nerf the ones that are, being used the most for sure. I think the takeaway that I want to give you guys is that I've been talking to a lot of people. They are just scared of breeding because they are like, all right, I'm going to breed stuff and it's going to get nerfed and I'm going to be sad. They have the right idea. There's definitely going to be nerfs, but this is my idea to you. Why don't you breed cards or breed teams that are not S tier, but they're A tier? A tier cards might not get nerfed. Maybe they even get buffed a little bit. And what are those cards? Maybe you're asking, because I think that is pretty much what everyone's asking. Well, those cards, in my opinion, they are the ones that didn't show that much here, but they are starting to show some prominence. And one of those cards is actually Pokey. Pokey is definitely one recommendation that I have to you guys. Pokey basically works with by having Pokey on a team that has a bug. All right, so you have this one energy card that deals, so 10% of 125 is 12. So that card deals 140 damage, and it can probably do even more if you have more bugs, or if you're against plants, or if you're against dusks and reptiles. And guys, guess what? Do you know what is the class that's being used the most in this patch? Well, I'll show you. Well, it's not dusks, but they are pretty much there, right? 24% of the axies in the top 70 of the leaderboard are dusks, whereas in comparison, it was only 14. So we saw a huge increase of dusks. And Pokey is just, not only an amazing card when it's in the right team, but it is also a card that counters dusks. Another card that I think is actually getting a lot of traction, a lot of views, is actually Bumpy, all right? this card, I think, was used only 2 times, and now we have 5, so that's, 2x the amount, which is, close to the 3x we saw with Cute Bunny. Let me just show to you guys what Bumpy does. I started seeing that card with a lot of X's here, even some that are actually below the top 70. So yeah, that's the card. Some teams sometimes use it. I think it's underrated. It is a lot of damage. It is, a decent amount of shield. It's definitely a good card. It's just not an S tier one, but you have to be looking forward, all right? And I think Bumpy could be one of those forward moments. Another card that I saw being used much more is actually Fish Snack, and that actually is because bugs are becoming very popular. So I think breeding bugs is definitely something that's gonna go, as long as you're not going for Cute Bunny bugs, is going to go against the nerf trajectory for sure. And Fish Snack is a bug card, so definitely there. But Pincer is also a card. Pincer and Parasite, actually. Pincer is the card that actually ignores shield, and more and more. Oh no, actually, okay, I forgot. So Pincer is the one that discards cards for 0. Really good card, 0 cost. And discarding cards is like much better than a lot of people give it credit for. So definitely, it's actually Pliers, right, that ignores shields. So I'm sorry. Obviously, like, I'm just giving you guys some options, okay? You can look at all the teams here, and as long as those teams run away from these like super popular cards, I actually think breeding is still profitable. And you have to think, every day that you're not breeding, it means that you have like this huge amount of assets tied to either Axies or Rapid Ethereum or SLP, and you're not making any money. And obviously, you should be, should mitigate risks. But I think breeding B+ to A tier Axies can definitely still make money even if the patch drops. If you want to use something else to actually find good teams that run away from these super mega meta cards that I talked about, you can actually use X Infinity Top 100. When I made a video about this site, a lot of people actually complained to me that some of the prices of these X's are bugged. But here, you don't really care about the price of those X's. You're just looking for good ideas of X's that are in the top 500 that you can also breed. So it's not really about buying the cheapest one available in the market, and more about getting ideas. And oh, look at that, we have a Pokey Axie that I was talking about. What a surprise. So yeah, I think this is a lot of good ideas. You can get access to the spreadsheet in the description. If you think you actually got value out of this video, make sure to like, make sure to subscribe and comment. It really helps the algorithm. This was a lot of my time actually being put here, and I would appreciate if you also, obviously, if you guys actually enjoyed the video. If you didn't, you're probably not here. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you do like breeding and you feel like you're losing a lot of money with fees on MetaMask, they are huge right now. I think they're about 300. If you actually want to get out of Ronin to MetaMask to convert and come back, you can use our exchange. And to get to our exchange, you actually need to get points in our bot. So to do that, just join our Discord server. You don't really need to use the bot. The server actually has pretty good conversations and a lot of cool people. But if breeding is something you care about, I'm sure our bot is going to do a lot for you. So yeah, thank you very much, and have a good one, guys.